Hi Aquarius, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love lives or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Aquarians, the big news this month is the Mars retrograde that happens on the 9th of September and carries on till about 13th of November. And this is happening in your house of communication. More about that later. Let me break down the month for you. On the 2nd, we have a full moon that is there in your house of earned income, and it is joining Neptune. Now, full moon or lunar eclipses normally tend to be very emotional as something is coming to an end, something is reaching its fruition, we are finishing a chapter in our lives. And because this has to do with your house of earned income, it can be that for some of you, you have, finally, you're either finishing a job, you're giving up on a job and you're starting a new career. For some of you, it means that you've decided not to sort of follow a 9 to 5 job and do your own work. For some of you, it may mean that you have, from an entrepreneur, you've decided to go back to a 9 to 5 job. Now, because this house also rules self-worth, you need to be a little bit careful about that because it's joining Neptune. Now, Neptune tends to bring about a lot of haze. It tends to bring about some amount of confusion because we can't see things really as they are. So try not to get too deceived by the job offers that you get during this time, Aquarians. Be very careful about not to take things on face value. Try to dig a little deeper and see things really or the job offers for what they really are. So do a little bit of research before sort of jumping in and, saying yes. And because this concerns your house of communication, I would say, don't sort of believe people who are promising too much. Let it all be on a watertight contract. And it's great to have those wonderful conversations, but till the time things are not on paper, till the times you have not signed that contract, conversations are just conversations, and there is always room for negotiations, Aquarians. You must remember that. On the 6th, we have Mercury that moves into your house of higher mind studies, and it is also the house of long distance travel. I do not know in this pandemic situation how and when we are finally safely going to be able to do that. However, Mercury is going to be bringing about a lot of conversations. I think for some of you are very keen to pick up a new, whether it is a language, whether it is you want to do an online course, maybe it has to do, it's an international course which has, has that due amount of accreditation that is required. However, this house also rules spirituality. So I think it's a time to be digging deeper into your own higher consciousness as well, Aquarians. Do some introspection, think a little bit more carefully on what is it that finally makes sense. Try not to get too caught up by how things should be or how things were. Try and see as to what is it that can get implemented now. On the 7th, we have Venus that moves into your house of marriage and your business relationships. So lovely. Venus rules this house. She's happiest being over here. Great time to be spending time with your partner. Great time to be investing, nurturing your relationship, your marriage. Great time for a business collaboration as well. Maybe for some of you, it can bring about an investor for you for a collaboration. Maybe for some of you, it speaks about getting into a creative project which you've really loved and you've thought about for the longest. On the 9th, we have Mars that goes retrograde till November 13th. And Mars retrograde, like the Venus retrograde by traditional astrologers, is looked upon as the retrograde which affects our personal relationships. It just increases the fragility more we react more, we get argumentative, there are petty fights and quarrels and so on and so forth. The best way to deal with a Mars retrograde is introspection. Try not to sort of engage in who's right and who's wrong and what I said and what she said. It doesn't matter. You just need to focus on what is it that is you're accountable for. What is it that is in your control, Aquarians? What is it that you contribute to? So maybe your partner is someone who's really passive aggressive, but you need to be seeing your part of it. How much of it is, are you being the victim? Are you just saying that, oh, I don't care, let him or her deal with it and I don't want to participate, it has nothing to do with me? But the truth is that all relationships are a dance. You consciously, subconsciously contribute something to the relationship, whether it's passive aggressive or it is otherwise, or it's codependent, or whatever kind of relationship that you have. So be very mindful of your part in the relationship that you need to be, that you contribute to. What is the change that you can bring in yourself? How is it that you can sort of learn from your own childhood patterns, things that maybe you saw your parents behave in a certain way, that have maybe things that you have seen in your own marriage, in your own relationship for the longest, that were not right, but you just let it be because you sort of believed in live and let live. Maybe that is something that needs to transform and change. On the 16th, we have a new moon in the house of joint finances, and this is also the house of power struggles and transformation, and it is joining Sun. So it can be that for some of you, your partner gets a new job or a new project. It speaks about your partner's finances. It also speaks about your joint finances as to who brings what to the table. Try not to turn this into a power struggle, and also don't get beaten down by it, by being told that, I earn all the money, so you need to be behaving in a certain way. There is no such thing. I think there's always, again, a dance that gets played in each relationship. It's maybe while someone contributes more financially, maybe it's the other who keeps the emotional health of the relationship going. So, ensure that the balance is kept there. And also because this is a time of transformation, with Sun being over there, giving you clarity, giving you courage. It's a great time to be changing some old patterns in the way that you have behaved, Aquarians, that maybe that you feel it's been the norm. This is how it is. So maybe this is not how it is. Maybe if you want it to be better, maybe if it's something that is a dull ache, does not need it to be a dull ache. On the 23rd, we have Sun that moves into your house of higher mind and studies again. And a great time to be thinking about pursuing that course, picking up a language. On the 28th, we're closing the month with Mercury that moves into your house of career and accolades. So I think for some of you who could have picked up something as a project that turns into a full-time job, for some of you who may sort of start working as a full-time consultant, and there is a lot of conversations, negotiations around it. Maybe you could be dealing with people on a larger scale. Maybe some of you are conducting webinars, all over the world for different teams across countries. Maybe that's how you're sharing your talent and your gift. So this month, Aquarians, keep in mind on what is it that can be changed, how it is that you can make it better. And you have the complete planetary support, Aquarians. You have the courage, you have the conviction, you have the clarity, and for sure you have the intelligence to do it. I think just don't sort of don't let your past patterns or your challenges or mistakes sort of define you into what is today. Transformation can happen anytime, so keep that in mind. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Aquarians. I do know that last month was a bit of a challenge as far as the audio was concerned. I do hope that this month it's a bit clearer. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon, and stay safe.